Hello, everybody. This is S. Anthony Thomas. You know what I want to talk to you about on today's show? I want you to take a little journey with me, my friends, to a place I like to refer to as S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice. A lot of times people do dumb things that affect us and it doesn't affect them, and I don't think it's fair. So I want you to take a journey with me, my friends, into my mind as we explore, as I just explained to you, S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice. Are you ready? Here's your ticket. Take it to the conductor and let's enjoy the ride. Oh yeah. Hello everybody, how are you doing? This is S. Anthony Thomas. This is the S. Anthony Thomas Show. And I know that the overwhelming majority of the people that are listening to this, when this is released, you are at home. At least I hope you're at home. I'm pretty sure you're at home. I don't think I have any idiots in my audience. I know you're at home. And if you're a person out there who's an essential worker, you're working in healthcare, you're stocking supermarkets, you're working at some kind of you're working with medicines, you're a first responder, you're giving tests, and you're listening to this. I just want to say thank you for your service. You're doing fantastic work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I'll tell you something, my friends. As someone who's actually staying in the house right now, because I don't want to be around anybody who has the disease, I just want to ride this out at my house, stay away from people, not even potentially get any kind of virus. I'm doing that, and I know that you're doing it too. But when I turn on the news, I keep seeing people who are running around, and I saw some people on Twitter who were bragging about being at nightclubs with a bunch of people. They're sitting there taking selfies in packed nightclubs. It's not as if people don't know that the virus is running around out there. It's not as if people don't know that it's a pandemic, but I'll do what I want. You can't tell me what to do, right? And we always run across those people who do those type of things, and then they're sorry when the consequence comes back to bite them on the butt. These same people who will be sitting out there, I'll do what I want. If they were to get the disease, get the virus, and then make grandma sick, or make dad sick, or make the kids sick, then they would be sitting there going, oh no, why did this happen? And we'd have to go, why don't you check your Twitter feed or your Facebook feed, watch your videos and see that you're walking around high-fiving strangers in a tight nightclub or a tight restaurant. You did that after everybody suggested that you don't do it, but you did it anyway. Why? And these are the kind of people that always make it bad for everybody else. If you notice that, right? You notice the locks that you have on your door. You don't have your locks on your door for people like me. I'll never break into your house. You don't have a lock on your car for people like me. I wouldn't steal your car. Not only is it the wrong thing to do, but I have a house in the car. I don't need yours. But more importantly, I wouldn't do that. And it's amazing how in the world we live in, the current world, the world we all share, we all have to deal with the consequences of what idiots do. Idiots do things, and then we have to suffer the consequence. And it's annoying. It's annoying. But come with me on a journey, my friends. Come with me on a journey, a mental experiment, a journey. Come join S. Anthony on an alternate universe journey. Now close your eyes, not if you're driving, because that would be stupid. Don't do that. Even if you're driving a Tesla, still keep your eyes on the road. Okay? Now we're in this alternate universe, my friends. And then this alternate universe, a universe I'd like to visit sometime, and I'm pretty sure when I describe it to you, you would also like to visit this alternate universe. In this alternate universe, there is pure justice in this alternate universe. Not the justice of a justice system. That's not even necessary in this universe. You don't even need police officers in this universe. You don't need them. Why? Because it's a universe of pure justice. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, in this alternate dream universe, when a person does something stupid that would affect other people negatively, it just doesn't affect those people negatively. Someone does something dumb toward you or mean toward you, it doesn't affect you at all, right? Like the people out there right now running around knowing about the disease, knowing about the coronavirus. In this particular universe, these same people would be at the nightclub. They'd be at the restaurant and they'd be saying, I'm going wherever I want. I'm doing what I want. I don't care about other people. I'm going to drink this juice and I'm going to high five sweaty hand people. And I'm going to walk up to people that cough and I'm going to inhale right in front of them. Hey, buddy, are you about to sneeze? Yeah, I'm about to sneeze. Go ahead. Yeah, I want to breathe in all those, every drop of that. Those type of people, right? This is the alternate universe, though. And they go visit grandma. And in our universe, that would be a horrible idea. You don't walk up to people that sneeze and inhale what they sneeze. Yeah, more germs, more viruses for me. And go visit grandma. Because it might kill grandma or at the very least make her sick. You don't want to do that. It might kill the young people. It might at least make them sick. You don't want to do that. But this person does that. And in the alternate universe, in our universe, it might make someone sick. But in an alternate universe, it's a little different. He does go to visit grandma, but grandma's perfectly fine. It's a universe of pure justice. So the sick feeling and the ailments and the things that would have happened to grandma only happen to this dude. Oh yeah. And instead of everybody sitting around the hospital bed going, Grandma, you can make it. Grandma, you can make it. They're all standing around the bed with this guy because the virus stayed there. And instead of going to work on grandma and invading her cells and replicating itself and making her sick and sicker and sicker and sicker and hopefully not killing her or even making her sick, it happens to that sucker. And you're all sitting there and he's behind a bunch of plastic going, I shouldn't have done it. And we're like, you're daggone right, stupid. You're not in the other universe. You're in S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice, you stupid schmuck. Because we always wind up having to suffer the consequences of what idiots do, right? They do something dumb, we suffer the consequences. How many times have you watched the news and you've seen a drunk driver ram into some family and that person has a bump on their head and their car's dented, but the other family got knocked over a cliff and the car blows up and they all die? You don't want that crap to happen, right? You don't want that. Or even if he just injures the people, it inconveniences them and costs them money. And why are they inconvenienced or dead or whatever horrible thing befalls these people? Because you chump decided to drink. You knew you were going to get drunk. You knew it. You could have gone to the daggone bar in an Uber and Ubered your drunk butt back or had somebody drive you home if you were going to get drunk. You knew that. I personally know people that were friends of mine that were alcoholics, and even as alcoholics, they knew I am going to get drunk. I'm saying it right now. But I'm not going to drive to the bar. I'm going to go to the bar and catch a cab home because I know I'm going to get drunk, which means all of you drunk driving morons, you could have done the same thing. You knew you were going to the bar to get drunk. It's a bar. What were you going there for? Pizza? No. Beer, you schmuck. But you did it anyway. You drove there. And if you drove there, you knew you were going to drive back. And that's how that family got sideswiped. Ooh, I want to curse so badly, but I'm not gonna. But now we take this same drunk driving piece of crap to S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice. Oh yeah. And the same scenario. We'll be back right after this short break. And now, back to the show. Happens the innocent family driving home, minding their own business, singing Christmas carols, even though it's not Christmas. That's how nice and pure this family is. They're singing Christmas carols in June. You know what I'm saying? Those nice families, we know them. And they do what they're supposed to do. They stop at the stop sign. And Captain Drunkenstein does not stop at the stop sign. He comes plowing through with 60 miles an hour. hits the car, but this is S. Anthony Thomas's universe of pure justice. So guess what happens to the people who are singing the Christmas carols? They don't even notice their car got hit. It's as if a bug hit the side of the car, and all of the impact and all of the force that would have hit that family stays with the driver of the car and his drunk bad decision making behind, and he bounces off of their car and goes flying into something else. Now, I'm a nice guy, and even in my universe of pure justice, I don't want the dude to croak, okay? I don't want that to happen. But he does get smacked up really good, enough to go to the hospital, where he wakes up in the hospital wrapped up like he's in a mummy outfit, and everybody's looking at him like, you ran in some people again, Captain Drunky, didn't you, huh? Don't you realize you're living in S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice, huh? You're not gonna hurt anybody else, you schmuck. Because if that was the case, if we knew that drunk drivers, literally, if you lived in a universe like that where drunk drivers are just going to smack themselves up, even if they ran into you, even if they ran into a pedestrian, all the force would go back to them and bust them up, would you care if somebody drove drunk? No, you wouldn't. The person's friends would, but the rest of us wouldn't. The only reason we care now, we don't care about that dude. Right? The only reason we care now is because he might hit somebody else. But in the alternate universe, the S. Anthony Thomas alternate universe of pure justice, he'd get all lumped up. I love it. In the news tonight, another drunk driver ran into something and busted himself up. I'm so glad we live in S. Anthony Thomas's universe of pure justice. Now the sports. The Eagles have won again. Well, it's S. Anthony's, it's his universe of pure justice, so the Eagles have not lost a game ever and have won all Super Bowls. I got greedy there. Don't judge me. Shut up. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Bar fights. You didn't do anything to the dude, right? You almost stepped on a sneaker. You almost bumped into him. I've been in enough bars. I've been a comedian my entire adult life plus 1 year. I've seen so many bar fights. I've been in some bar fights. I didn't start the crap. A guy, you almost bumped into me. The guy tried to fight me because I almost bumped into him. Think about that, right? One guy tried to punch me because his girlfriend was looking at me because she's a fan of mine. Like I did something other than be incredibly cute and comic genius. It's my universe. Shut up. But that's true, right? But to think about a bar fight and bar fights usually start over something stupid in the first place. You almost bumped into me. I ain't almost stepping in nothing. Oh yeah, you want some of this? No, do you want some of this? And they're rolling around on the ground. Now the guy who almost bumped into him, know why he almost bumped into him? Because he noticed him, and to be courteous, he maneuvered his body to not hit the dude, or maneuvered his stepping not to step on the guy's shoes, but it was too close for Captain Hothead, so he punches the guy. Well, in S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice, guess what happens? Exactly. He takes a swing at the guy, and because doing that was wrong, in this alternate universe, the fist goes through the guy like a ghost, as if he's not even there. The guy who would have been punched doesn't even realize that a punch happened. The guy's fist comes right back and bow, right in his punk mouth at the same force he was trying to hit the other guy with. Exactly. Love it. You know what I'm talking about. Wouldn't that be a great place to be? S. Anthony Thomas's universe of pure justice. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Right? Your spouse goes off and cheats, gets an STD. You can't get the STD, right? And when the other person finds out that they're actually married and you were married to you or dating you, instead of that person getting mad at you and busting up your window or wanting to fight you and taking off their earrings and trying to fight you in your office, instead of that, they go and kick his butt and bust out his windows and they go, you know what, girl, I didn't even realize, you know what, it's not your fault. He's the one that's cheating. I'm not even mad at you, right? And you actually become friends and compare notes about that punk while you both take turns kicking the crap out of him. Yeah, I said it. The Bernie Madoffs of the world, right? They do all of that kind of crap. That guy actually got justice, but there's a lot of those guys that don't get justice. They steal all your money, bad investments, run off to the Cayman Islands with your stuff. You're sitting there and some old people are sitting there with no retirement, or some young people are sitting there and they got put in a hole that's going to take them to their middle age to get out of because of these people. But that wouldn't happen in S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice. Oh no. You know what would happen? There would be no golden parachutes for these sleaze bags. You know what would happen? They would do the deal. They'd sit back in their chair with their little pinky touching their mouth like Dr. Evil from the Austin Power movies going, "Mwah, mwah." And you know what would happen? They'd go to sleep that night in their 50 billion thread sheets thinking they got away with it, and they would wake up the next day. And they look around and they're going, why does everything smell like urine? And they look down at their clothes and they realize they're now on Skid Row with nothing. Nothing, I tell you. And they're walking down the streets trying to figure out what the heck happened to them. They look into a store window to look at a television, and then they see someone that looks like them. And they look in the mirror and they realize that they're not them. They're actually in the body of someone on Skid Row. And the person on Skid Row is now in their body. And now in their body. And he comes back and he goes, you know what? I've decided to do something a little different. I'm going to raise the pay of all these workers. We're going to give them full coverage insurance. And now we're going to change the way this company works. And then the person runs the company in an ethical way. And everybody that invested in the company starts to make a ton of bread. And instead of putting the grand in, they put the grand in. And now they're all a bunch of millionaires sitting there on their boats. And this piece of crap is on Skid Row covered in urine. And the funny thing is, it ain't even his urine. Yeah, I said it. Well, I know those are weird examples of pure justice, but a man can dream, right? I'd love a world like that. Especially the part about the Eagles winning every game and every Super Bowl. I'd like that. Don't judge me. It's my universe. Shut up. So folks, we do not live in a universe of pure justice. We definitely don't live in S. Anthony Thomas's alternate universe of pure justice. But we can do one thing, and we can do one thing. We can be good to each other. We can say thank you to the people that have helped us. We can tell our friends to subscribe to this podcast and subscribe to my other podcast and recommend this podcast. Okay, that's a little self-serving, but show up. So what? It's my show. Shut up. Just subscribe to this crap and tell other people about this crap, dagnabbit. I should probably be nicer when I say that. But we should all be good to each other, right? And in a time like this, stay home if you can. Wash your hands. Do the things you know we need to do, because we don't want to be that schmuck that does something dumb that messes it up for somebody else. Right? Of course. I'll see you next time. Much love to you all. All right, everybody. Well, I took you on an interesting journey. That's what I promised. And I want to thank you very much. I know you're stuck someplace. But I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Much love to you all, and I will see you next time. Take care.